Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, we're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at hookah_anonymous_. Alright, now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, Kayla B, King Von's sister, she did an interview with Say Cheese, the CEO himself, Sean Kyan, and she brought up Sean Kyan actually brought up a topic that's very, debatable when talking about the drill culture. King Von, Chief Keef, Lil Durk, any one of those names. And the reason why I say that is because you have a lot of people, I feel personally, that they discredit Keef for the work and the leeway that he put in when it comes to Chicago due to the fact that he left Chicago early on. Personally, I think he was smart for doing that, because had he not, he either would have been blackballed, jail, or death. To be honest with you, that's how I feel personally. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. And the reason why I say that is because when you pay attention to what's been going on, a lot of people that came up early on in the drill culture is no longer here. And who's to say that Chief Keef wouldn't have met that fate, being that he was one of the guys that became popping first within the drill culture. All right, so now also when it comes to who's the king of drill, a lot of people like to say Durk, and you got your people that say Keef. And personally, I want to say that you can't put anybody, I don't care what your beliefs are or what you feel musically or whatever the case may be, you cannot put anybody over Chief Keef. I understand that, these guys are popping now, but none of them, I'm gonna tell you right now, none of them, I don't care the big, right now, who's the biggest artist right now that you would say out of Chicago? You would say Lil Durk right now. His success is nowhere near the type of success that Chief Keef has garnered in the earlier stages of his career. And I'm not talking about now, of course, we know Lil Durk, his success is a little different as Chief Keef kind of fell to the back. I don't know, like I said, the music industry is weird, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because certain artists, right, certain ones always tend to surpass a certain threshold. Like Chief Keef, he has a core following. Like, he will always be known as Chief Keef no matter what. No matter what he does, he quit rap today. We know Chief Keef for being Chief Keef. However, it's like a certain threshold he just doesn't pass. He's not like your big artist, whereas everyone knows him too. I can't explain it. It's just, Nori said it best on the Drink Champs. He said certain artists that just goes through this door over here, and there's another group of artists that goes through this door over here. Unfortunately, you have some that when they go through the opposite door, they don't get as much fame, attention, but at the end of the day, people know who they are. But then you got these other artists who's willing to go through that other door for whatever reasons. We're going to leave it at that. But for whatever reasons, and at the end of the day, they get the fame, they get the money, the recognition, whatever the case may be, right? Now, Kayla B, she was asked, do she believe that King Von is the king of drill? And she said yes. Of course, as her brother, she's going to say yes. Now, her reasoning was because a lot of rappers be cap about what they be rapping about, but Von, on the other hand, really lived that life. That's one thing you got to give Von. No matter what, you knew he was telling the truth, and you knew based off not even what he said, but based off his ops and then the stories that was based on his lifestyle and who he was, you knew that he wasn't lying about what he said in his raps. So it was more organic. It was relative. It was like when you listen to Vaughn, it was cool because at the end of the day, you know he's really about what he's talking about. So when Sean Kyan asked her why not Chief Keef, she responds that she do mess with Keef music, and he did make a way for Chicago, but she feels that Keef didn't really do nothing. Now, I don't know if she meant like he didn't do nothing for the guys. I don't know if she meant that he didn't put people on, whatever the case may be, but she said he didn't really do nothing. She could be talking about the streets. She could be saying that he didn't do nothing in the streets. Because later on they asked like her about Asian Doll, and she was like, well, if you want to say the queen of drill, do you mean like streetwise or musically? And she's right about that, because at the end of the day, if you want to call somebody the king of drill, you gotta remember when you talking to them people in Chicago and you say the king of drill, the drill culture is the drill culture. We're not talking about the music. You know, we're not talking about the things that the outsiders are familiar with. We're talking about the drill culture. So when you say drill, you're talking about drills. So at the end of the day, when you talk about the streets, then you gotta go based on the street, you know, analytics, like the things involved in the streets. Who really was about that business? Who really stood on business? So it's two different things. However, I think Sean Kyan was talking about musically when he asked why not Keef. She pretty much said he didn't really do nothing, and then said that he just got on, and then he got on, and then he got straight out the rap. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I don't blame him for that. You know, I do not blame Chief Keef for getting on and then getting out immediately. First of all, he had too much going with the cops. Y'all gotta remember, at the end of the day, Keef was the guy first. When it came to focusing on, you know, who was who in Chicago at one point, nobody knew anybody else but Chief Keef. From the outside looking in, only thing we knew was Chief Keef. When that 300 dropped, that I Don't Like drop, These Is Love, So Up, when that dropped, it was different. So he definitely paved the way. You know, so like I said, I think this is a debate that a lot of people should have or usually normally have. But I don't know, man. It seems like Chief Keef don't get the credit. I guess because he moved or whatever the case may be. But like I expressed in the video with Boss Top, in the situation he's currently going through with Chicago PD, right? When they didn't let him perform in Chicago because they feel like it was a security concern. You know, so while everyone was antagonizing Keef for leaving, calling him this and that, it's looking like he made one of the best decisions, yeah. And other guys coming up need to follow suit, or else you're gonna end up like, you know, going through a situation like Boss Top, where Chicago PD is calling in, stopping shows, stopping your bag. Now you can't make no money. That's where it hit the most. You know? And another thing that I found kind of interesting about this whole situation, this interview with Kayla, it was a point where she explained that King Von loved O Block a little too much. And I think maybe she feels, and she didn't say this, but I personally think that she feels that King Von should have focused more on himself and got away. You know, because she said that you couldn't tell him nothing when it came to O Block. He loved O Block. And I've seen situations in the hood where guys love their hood a lot. But the problem is, the hood don't love them back. And usually they don't understand that until it's too late. Now, based on, you know, Kayla saying that King Von is the king of drill, y'all jump in the comments, let me know how y'all feel. You know, I rock with King Von. You know, I love definitely his music. And just him as a person, I think he was one of the few genuine ones, you know. And at the end of the day, I call a spade a spade. I think when it comes to the king of drill, it all depends. See, this is a question that you're gonna get a lot of biased answers about, because you got dudes who gonna, you know, they gonna give they answer depending on their opinion. It's not going to be a straight up answer with facts. It's going to be guys giving answers with opinions. So y'all jump in the comments. Y'all let me know who y'all think the king of drill is. Maybe y'all think Dirk. Maybe you think Chief Keef. Maybe you think King Von. whoever, you know. And then that's another thing. Where do it fall on? Are you just talking music or are you talking about in the streets? Who knows? But anyway, y'all give me the definition or who y'all think the king of drill is. And we'll take it from there, all right? Jump in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.